Four things will help you understand what's really important to me. I think the most important thing that I've learned in my leadership journey is the importance of trust. Most important thing, whether it's an athletic department, whether it's a team, whether it's church, any business, any organization, it is built on trust and the importance of building that trust. And so within the next 2 or 3 years, I've got to earn the trust of our student athletes. That's really important. I always remind myself and everybody on the staff that nobody here would have a job if it wasn't for student athletes. They're our focus. And we're going to work every day to help them be successful, just like some in this room did for me for 4 years back in the early 90s. So we're going to earn the trust of our student athletes. We have to earn the trust of our coaches and staff. Really, really important. We need to invest in it. We need to trust each other. We need to be able to have healthy tension. And we need to know that we're on each other's side. We got to earn and continue to earn the trust of the academic side of the house. It's really, really important. And I learned that lesson at UNO. We are not an independent unit. We are the brand equity of the institution. And the athletics department is an important tool to help advance the University of Nebraska as an institution. So work really hard to have great relationships with the academic side of the house, professors and deans. And finally, and really important, we've got to make sure that we've earned the trust and credibility of our fans and donors. It's the thing that's the most amazing thing to me. We are blessed with an opportunity and privilege that none of us probably understand. But Husker Nation and the fans that call this place home are really special, and we can never take that for granted. And we have an opportunity with donors and business leaders in this state that care so much about this institution. And so we'll work hard to engender their trust and support. Secondly, I think the other thing that I told Chancellor Green that would be a real goal for mine is we're going to establish the proper work habits. You know, in my last 12 years, I've had just such a privilege to be able to watch businessmen and businesswomen leaders in our community, in our state, who have accomplished unbelievable things. They've built companies. They're changing the world. And each one of these leaders, as I've observed them, have different characteristics. They have different attributes, right? They're all a little bit different. But there's one thing that every single one of them has, and they're extraordinarily hard workers. Nothing ever happens by happenstance. And so we have to be the hardest working athletic department in the country. That's something we can control. And I know that that's something that you all care about as well. I want you to know that we're going to make mistakes. And I'm going to make mistakes. But we will work as hard as we can. We'll be transparent. We'll acknowledge them. And we'll fix them. Third is we're going to establish teamwork. And this is really important to me. One of the most important things. We're going to have clearly defined roles. And we will always do what's in the best interest of Nebraska. We just simply cannot afford to allow anybody to put their own personal agenda ahead of what's in the best interest for Nebraska. So every recommendation, every decision that we make, or what I recommend to Chancellor Green, will be, the question is this in the best long-term interest of the University of Nebraska? Secondly, as part of that teamwork, is we're going to value each member of our team. We're going to create an organization that respects one another. It doesn't matter who you are. Every single person in this athletic department will have a very critical role. And we cannot be successful if every single person isn't operating at an elite level, right? And so that's going to be really, really important. And we're going to value and respect every one of those members. Another part of teamwork is unity of purpose, something I believe in so strongly. I've watched organizations with tremendous talent accomplish very, very little. And then I've watched some organization with some marginal talent, because they were unified, change the world. We're going to be an athletic department that's unified. And we're going to have a unity of purpose. And we're going to bring people together and bring our state together and bring our fans and donors together for something bigger than ourselves, because that's when it's really fun, right? Finally, what's important to me as well is in 2 to 3 years, and I know we have a lot of programs that are already this way, but let it be said of the Husker Athletic Department that this place is reflective of Nebraskans. and the way Nebraskans live their life. That's really, really important to me. Because think about what Nebraskans and our alumni all across the country represent. They're tough, right? They're really hardworking people. They do the right things all the time. They do it the right way. They don't ever make excuses. Rarely do you hear Nebraskans make excuses. And most importantly, they never, ever, ever quit, right? They stay together. And so we're just going to work on continuing to have championship habits. And so I think if you just focus on those fundamental things, those attention to detail things, and we as an organization are unified with a unified vision, and then by the way, at the end, we're going to have a little bit of fun. At the end of the day, we're in athletics, right? We got to have some fun.